How's it going, you guys? Hope you guys are doing awesome. I'm gonna do this little video of my vt750. I have noticed that I don't have any YouTube content about my wiring job that I did for this specific bike for my 1983 vt750. I do have clips uploaded in my Instagram channel, and it's just like very scattered short clips. So I decided to do this little video for YouTube explaining what I did. It can get choppy at times because I really didn't do much content on it. So this video is going to include some short clips as well as some pictures because there's not much video content, but like I also took a lot of pictures. So uh, I really don't get into detail, but if any of you have any questions about what I did, feel free to contact me. I'll try to answer the best way that I can. So when I finally got the courage of deciding to just clean up this whole wire harness and move my fuse block from the handlebars into the middle of the bike, this is what the bike looks like with tank removed, seat removed, exposing the wire harness and just every electrical component to this motorcycle. And right here I'm just like towards the back of the bike. That's how it looks. This is the front. Just getting myself used to how the wire harness is oriented and how the stock harness is mounted on the frame. And moving along, this is the front end of the bike. This is where the fuse block and the warning lights is on the bike, as well as this is the stock speedometer, tachometer. And then this is a picture of the cover removed, so you can see where the fuses are, where the warning lights are, right there smack in the middle of the handlebars. I do not like this look at all. It's so huge. The Speedo tach cluster is huge. Right here I remove the headlight bucket, just starting to disconnect wires, and right here I'm disconnecting the fuse block. And just looking at this, when I first got into it, I was kind of pretty nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually second guessing myself. I was like, what am I getting myself into? Wiring can be really scary, daunting, but I was like, you know what, just go for it. And then right here is the original Speedo tach cluster along with the fuse block. And then in the bottom is the aftermarket Speedo and tach that I got. And this is a size comparison, which is pretty a difference. On the left, you can see how the aftermarket is so much smaller than the OEM right Speedo. It's pretty crazy. I'm over here probing some of these wires and labeling them. I really don't need to label stuff on this old speedometer assembly, but I just wanted to get to know, what color wires are to and from. And I could always look at the wiring diagram, but I mean, I have this fancy little tool. It's a power probe. And I started labeling some stuff. So how this works is I have that wire to ground cable, and then I just stick this right here. Then that beeps, and just send it some power. That lights up the backlight to the Speedo and tach. And then yeah, let's see this. Neutral light. Yeah, so I already started labeling some stuff. So I proceeded with removing the whole wire harness out of the frame of the bike, and just familiarizing myself with components, like what does this bike have. ECU, spark units, has 2 spark units, relays, diode, had 1 diode, and then I just started stripping the outer black wrap out of the wire harness, and then right here it just exposes all the different colored wires, you know, just getting it to bare bones. And then I decided what I want this bike to have. So I actually took out the whole wire that tells me the fuel gauge and some other warning lights that I really did not want to know or need. So I just removed that completely off of the harness. I have my wire harness, which is still, all the wires are exposed, but right now I just I'm trying to mock it up onto the frame of the bike just to see. Right now I'm determining what needs to be cut, spliced up, and figuring out lengths. Like right here, the only thing that the only wires that are gonna be going in the back is my rear turn signals and tail light, but besides that, you know, everything is gonna be held in this area. This is where the seat goes, and it's gonna be right under here. So I have the battery mounted. There's the regulator rectifier. These wires are a little bit too long, so I'm gonna get the right gauge wires, and you know, or I could just cut this and splice it up, and I'll see. But yeah, right now I'm just figuring out lengths. There's some wires that are a little too long, and I just have to figure out, you know, how everything is gonna be oriented. Like, this is the fuel filter, and I'm just figuring out how's it gonna be, how's it gonna go, and then I'm gonna be measuring the inside of this to make a little box for all my electrics, because you know, there's some relays, my 2 ignition sparks, and my ICU, and a lot of other little stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm sorry I haven't been posting much up. When I get home from work, I really don't want to do anything, and right now I'm like really pushing myself to be doing this. Well, it's not much, but I just wanted to bring the wire harness to the bike and mock it up and see how it's all gonna fit in. I want to put my sissy bar and see, you know, how long I want this wire to be, and I'm gonna try to like mount my headlight and my aftermarket Speedo. I still need to figure out. I still need to cut stuff up and figure it out. And then I also bought this little fuse block that's gonna go in here, because the fuses used to be right up here, the stock one. But I have to figure out. Well, I know what needs fuse. But everything, this fuse block is gonna go in here, and then I have to figure out, you know, what wires are gonna go in there. But yeah, I mean, I'm really not messing with the ignition circuits and the charging circuits. Those are all gonna be the same. There's just some little wirings that I need to you know, take care of, like this big blob of solder. I think this goes to the regular rectifier and the starter. So just a little update, you know. So right here, when I mocked up that wire harness with the wires exposed, this just gave me an idea of what wires I'm gonna have to cut and splice and solder back together. There was some wires that were too long and just needed to be shortened up. And looking at this cluster right here is pretty crazy. Yeah, you just have to familiarize with yourself with you know, what parts of the electrical components you need. Familiarizing yourself with the colors. And right here, I just started deciding what I'm going to be splicing, and purchased some new connectors, pins. These are the pins to some old wires, and I installed new pins and installed as well new connectors. I also made a, I believe it's a 16 gauge sheet metal box. Welded it. It's still not the best looking box, and I feel like this winter I'm actually going to be retouching this box again, or maybe doing a whole other one. But this box will hold. I made it so I can keep all my electrical components. This box is located right under the seat. So my ECU is in there, my 2 spark units are in there, my fuse block is in there, relay is in there, some other little stuff is in there. I just took my bike for a quick run, and I just finished switching up my fuse block that was right here on the handlebars over here to the seat. So this is it right here. Right now I have everything taped up because I just want to do a quick run, see if anything was smoking up or like anything was going wrong with it. But there's still some cosmetic things. I cut off some stuff right here, and got this mounted on. I still need to do a little bit of stuff on it, but she's running. I need to like, since yeah, my wires are still exposed, I'm still gonna do a little bit of tinkering up in here in the front, but after that, it's gonna be all taped up and good to go. And right here, I made a little bracket to mount my speedometer and my tachometer. I believe I made it out of a 16 gauge sheet metal, and I used my mini brake to bend that sheet metal, and just, you know, drilled some holes and installed that tack and speedo. It came out pretty cool. Like I painted it black, and I like how it came out so far. And this is the whole speedo and tack connected.